Political correctness, one of the most important phrases to come out of our generation, where it's important to say the right thing at the right time to the right person, especially at work. Otherwise, you end up losing everything: your job, your reputation, and your friends. That's why in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things you are not supposed to say at work. It might have been cooler a generation back, but now HR is going to investigate you for that. And if you like staying updated with quick and simple communication tips like this, then do subscribe to the channel and let's get going. Humor can be a deadly weapon. It can make a person laugh, but it can also make a person cry. So now at workplace, you need to be very, very sensible, sensitive, and careful with your humor. Jokes about people's bodies, husband-wife jokes, how the wife is always nagging, jokes targeted to particular communities, those are all out. And we know that, but sometimes it just flows in the moment, right? Like it happened recently at a comedy show. It was a comedy show, so this lady doctor who was in the audience, she was not at all on guard. What she did is she ended up spilling the medical fraternity's secret of what kind of jokes they crack behind the scenes. When dead bodies come for organ donation, they crack jokes about their body parts. But you might say a dead body sentiment cannot get hurt, right? True, but when such jokes get out and people find out about it, that is the problem, because now people will be hesitant to donate their bodies for advancement of medicine. So therefore, there is a case to be made for the HR to take note of such jokes and do something about it. They are going to play safe. Number 2, oversharing. One thing has been drilled into our heads these days is that the workplace is our home, to make us feel more comfortable, to make us open up more. But you have to know that after all, it is a workplace and you have all other kinds of interests related to that place. So don't be naive, be wise, and share only that much, which is okay, that if it gets out, it doesn't affect your work. This is why a lot of women hide their pregnancy status, because they feel if they share it with the organization, then they might not get the increment or the promotion the organization was planning for this person. Now, this is a controversial area because it can also lead to certain health hazards if you don't. Like you might be asked to travel, you might be asked to lift certain heavy weights, which you might not be okay to do at that point of time in your life. Now, before I get to the next point of what not to say at work, do subscribe to the channel and let's keep going. Number 3, do not gossip about other colleagues. Yes, we all need to talk about what's going on once in a while, and we often need to vent. And who better than people at work, because they truly know who we are talking about, truly understand our status. But while doing so, be very, very conscious not to criticize somebody else's work. If you are a supervisor and you want to critique somebody's work, please call them aside at a separate time and have that conversation. If you are a team member and you want to talk to your boss about something you're not happy about, do not just crib about your boss behind his back all the time. Go up to that person and have a face-to-face, one-on-one conversation in a polite manner. One time I joined an organization where the supervisor was extremely loud. She would scream and shout and throw a scene like a toddler. She wouldn't cross-check. She wouldn't ask for an explanation. She would just burst into flames in the middle of the room. I went into her room and I told her, see, this is what I'm not okay with. And when I said that, I made sure that her boss was present. And from that day onwards, she made sure that if she was not happy with something I had done, then she would call me into her room and talk to me calmly and privately. So you see, you can talk to people and you can set expectation, you can set boundaries. It will not get you fired. Compliments. Who knew compliments could be a problem? Yes, in today's day, even compliments could be a problem. Even staring at somebody for a longer duration of time could be a problem. And yes, we often say, I love your skin, I love your height. Now, people do appreciate and people do like compliments, so we need to find a right balance. It is good to compliment people's choices than compliment them for who they are. For example, you can say, I like this blazer you're wearing, rather than saying, you're looking good in this blazer. Essentially, you're saying the same thing, but instead of mentioning the person, you're mentioning a product. So it's a very subtle difference, but nobody can fault you for liking a blazer. And now I'm going to the next point to tell you what are the things that you cannot say at your workplace anymore. But before that, you might want to like and subscribe. Politics. Do not touch politics by a 10-foot pole, is what I would ideally say. But it so happens that something or the other is always coming on our feed and we're talking about it all the time. And I don't think you can completely avoid it. Now, it's okay for you to have an opinion. But the thing is, when you're expressing that opinion at workplace, your choice of words is critical. You should not sound overtly emotional. I have made a separate video as to how to talk politics without losing friends, and you can find this on this channel, and you can subscribe to this channel and find it. But at workplace, remember, you are not supposed to shun people for their political opinions, because then when you shun people at work, it leads to workplace discrimination. No one should be able to use your political opinion as your bias. By the way, this is a brand new channel, and it's only when you like and subscribe that people get to know that this content is even worth watching. So please go ahead, like and subscribe. Do let me know where you're watching me from, and I will see you in the next